Hey friends, welcome back to Pens and Ponderings. Today I'm doing something a little different and a little nerdy. I'm giving you a peek inside my Notion fountain pen database. So Notion is an all-in-one digital workspace where you can take notes, build databases, organize projects, track track tasks, and centralize everything in one place. So this is not a tutorial or anything super serious. Think of it more like a show and tell of how I keep my pen life organized without letting my brain melt, trying to remember what I bought, what I inked, and what I still need to clean. So why did I make this database? Well, why not? In my actual job, I work with huge amounts of data and I'm constantly helping people optimize their workflows. That's literally half my personality at this point. I'm always trying to make chaos make sense. And one day I was like, why am I doing all this for other people, but not for myself? Especially when my fountain pen collection has basically become its own little ecosystem. So I built a system in Notion that works the same way I think, and in the process, it became my second brain. I wanted a place where I could track my pens, my purchases, my wish list, and all the random little details that come with this hobby without feeling overwhelmed or forgetting what's inked with what. God knows I always forget. My favorite part of this database is that I can see my spending patterns and purchases over time because I connected everything to charts. It's very nerdy, but it's humbling, a little scary, but extremely helpful. I also keep a running wish list that I can add to super easily thanks to a Notion add on. Literally 3 clicks of the mouse, and it's in my database. And the best part, I can see which pens need cleaning at a glance, which honestly, I know that alone will save me so many oh no moments in the future. So, yeah, today I'm just walking you through what I built, why I set it up this way, and how it helps me keep this hobby fun instead of chaotic. You won't need any Notion experience to follow along. I'm just really showing you how my brain likes to organize things. So let's dive in. All right. So this is the database. And for full transparency, these are all fake data. I still have yet to import my old database because I have no plans of re entering every single pen. So this is actually version 2. The first database was created around August 2024, and it's originally for all types of stationery purchases and pens. So stickers, washi tapes, inks, basically anything related to stationaries. I would enter it on the database. But as you can imagine, it wasn't sustainable. It sounded really good in theory, but there's no way I can keep up. So eventually it became um, just strictly inks and pens. But then later on, that was also short lived because around earlier this year, I felt it was better to keep track of my inks using an actual journal where I can swatch and also use color rings. That really works well for me, but I think that's a different topic that I can probably do a video later on. So finally, now it's just a fountain pen database, but it's missing a lot of data and detail. I'm sorry, not data, details that I need, and it's all mixed in with other things, so it looks really messy. So I thought I'd just redo the whole thing from scratch, and this is what I came up with. So for the most part, it's pretty identical to version 1, but with a lot of improvements, a lot of automation to save some time when I'm entering data. So let's start. Um, when you open the database the first time, you will always be greeted with this. It's a dashboard essentially, and it's just a lot of charts. Because I like numbers, I like to see numbers, and like I think it tells a good story. So especially if you're dealing with like large data. Not to say I have a lot of pens, but I'm just saying. um, so for the first two, if you notice, these two chart is based on pens that I own, and it's broken down by brand. The other one is my wish list, again broken down by brand. So for this one, I have 7 pens. The total will always show in the center of the donut. And so I have 7 pens, and these are the breakdowns with the different brands. This one right here on the right side will be my wish list. So I enter both on the database, both pens that I purchased as well as pens that I want to purchase in the future. So currently I have 6 on my wish list, right? Uh, these are actually true. This may not, this, this is actually true. Uh, Next one is the one on the bottom. The 3 is based on the pen. So these are nib types. First one is a nib types. So this will be a good way for me to see, how many pens I have that are have steel nibs versus 21 karat, 18 karat, 14 karat, so on and so forth. So for this instance, with my 7 pens, I have 4 that are made of steel nibs. I had to have one for 14K, one 18K, and one 21K. So really, really interesting to see that. For the pen material, so out of the 7 pens, I have 6 that are made of resin and one pen made of stainless steel. For the next one is just nib size. So this one is really important for me sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, because I'm always changing depending on my mood. I don't have any favorite in terms of nib sizes. Like I noticed for Japanese pens, I prefer fine, but for like my Leonardo's, I like mediums and broad. My Esterbrook, I actually prefer fine and medium, depends. So it's really it's a weird thing. So that's why this is one of the most important component of this database for me, because I need to know how many pens I have that are fine versus medium versus broad, so on and so forth. For this one at the bottom, so this one has 2 views. One is pen count and one is spending. So for the pen count, it's just that. It basically tells me how many pens I have, or the count of the pens I have for that month that I purchased. These are all owned, by the way. These are not wish list. So I bought a pen in October, one Pelican, one pen in November, and 5 pens in December. Um, on the spending view, this one kind of gives you the total, how much you spent for that month. So for October, I spent 920. November is 460, and then in December it's about $1,800. And if you hover over it on each one, it will tell you the actual pen. So right here, I bought 5 pens, and these are the breakdown of those pens with the price. So I'm still deciding if I really want to add the spending part, um, because I really don't want to see that, you know. But at the same time, I think it's a good way to see, my spending habits, right? So, maybe it will stop me from buying too many pens. Maybe. For the next one is just just that. It's inked versus not ink pens. It's pretty self-explanatory. Uh, this is kind of looks, I know it looks a little messy still because I'm still trying to redo it. Design it, and hopefully by next week it'll be much prettier than this, but definitely these two will stay. The bottom one, this one. So in my day job, I also create a lot of dashboards to tell a story with the big data, right? And because it's easier for like stakeholders or whoever who wants to see it, they can see the full story just based on dashboards. One thing we always do is we create a component specifically just for deficiencies because a database is just as good as it's just as good as the data that is entered. So if you have data that's not entered correctly, then obviously every single component will be skewed, and you don't want that. You want as accurate as possible. So this component will actually catch all those errors to make sure all the data in the database is accurate. So, for instance, right now I have three here. And if I actually hover over it so I can see which one. So this one is a sailor, this one is a delta, and this one is a Leonardo. So let's look at the delta one right now. So I can see everything seems to be okay so far, right? Everything is entered correctly. Uh-huh. Oh, there it is. So I see that I inked it, right? However, let me see. I inked it, but I did not enter an ink. So I'm so in my other reports, like I want to see if I ink something, I want to see what ink I use. So in order to correct that, I just have to open the the pen and do my correction here. So right now it's inked. I know definitely it's inked, and I inked it, let's just say the wearing gold Dracula. You know what? I misspelled wearing gold, so did I? I think no, I didn't. Sorry, never mind. All right, so now I'm gonna ink it, and then if I get out of it, sometimes it doesn't refresh right away. So let me do a force refresh. Mm, hmm, it's still not. Okay, okay, I get it now. All right, sorry. See, it's telling me that if I inked it, I need to have an ink date. So that is one of the criteria that I use to make sure that I enter everything correctly. So again, let's open that again. And see, that was my fault. Ink date, I bought this 1207. So let's just, oh, I bought it today. So I'll just ink it today. How about that? Please let this work. Is it because I didn't do the receive date? Let me fill out everything. How about that? There it is. I didn't enter the receive date. Now it's two. Let's do another one. This one is the Leonardo. And looking at this, it is, I bought it, I received it. Oh, same thing. I inked it. but there's no currently ink used. There is an ink date though, but I forgot to enter the ink here. So let's fill that out. Oops. Oh, this is the Karina pen. Let's see. Currently ink use. Let's do the cherry blossom. Okay. Now it's gone. So I should have no more. There it is. I just have one left. So we'll just do that later on. Anyway, so that's basically the components and how it helps me with my with the database. Uh, so on the right side, you'll notice I have like buttons here, like quick action buttons, and then some navigation right here. The quick action is really just that. It's basically if you want to add a new retailer, you want to add a new brand, you do it from here. So let's say I want to add a new retailer, right? And let's just say uh, the pen corner store, something. And you can enter the web links here if you want. If not, doesn't matter. You can just get out of that. A brand, let's just say um fabulous pen brand. There you go. I'll just add that. And now it's there, right? So in the future, when I do want to enter any pen that's from that retailer or from that brand, it's already there. So let's say I want to add a new pen that I purchased today. So I can just click quick add, right? And let's do what's a good one? I don't know. Leonardo. No, let's do Esterbrook Sugar Rush. SD Sugar Rush. So, oops, sorry. So if you notice, it always defaults to wish list, right? And you'll see later on that will turn off. So this one, let's say I got from Apple Boom, and the brand is obviously Esterbrook. So I can search here, then there it is, Esterbrook series. This is the ST. I can just click add here. So if there's no results, you can always add a new one directly from here. All right, so I'm gonna add ST here. Material, it is a resin. Nib size, I think I got medium. Nib type is steel. Filling mechanism is a converter and cartridge. URL, I can leave that blank for now because I bought it from the store. Image also I can leave that blank for now. And acquisition date, I'll just say last Friday. Order number, I don't have to enter that because I purchased it from the store. The price is, let's just say 225, right? So by me entering the acquisition date, that turns off the wish list because I bought it, right? Um, so that's it. That's kind of like the bare minimum that you can enter, and now it is yours, right? Okay, so let's get out of that. So if you notice, oh, just to show you, I have 8 here, but when I get out, that will turn to 9. It is really slow today. Or I'm sorry, it already added it. It was 7 earlier, now it's 8. Duh. Um, anyway, so that is really how you enter a pen manually, and again, retailers and brands as well. All right, so for the next one, let's go back to the dashboard. Um, we're going to go to the navigation one. So navigation is basically just links to different tables. So the brand is just that. It's a table of the brands. And I use the this view because it's easier for me to see it. It I don't know why it takes a while. Oh, there it is. It takes a while to refresh this. But anyway, so yeah, these are all the different brands, and I tried to enter as much as I could. This is the one we entered earlier, Fabulous Pen Brand. Then if I go back here and go to, let's say, retailer, same thing, same view. And you can see here, there's a load more here. And these are all the retailers that I can find. Where's the one that we entered earlier? I think I did corner store, something like that. Oh no. I can't remember what I entered earlier. So, anyway, um, pen corner store. There you go. That's the one we entered earlier. Anyway, so those are just a bunch of tables. These next three, I'll explain that later on. But for now, let's go to the fountain pen catalog, which is the actual heart of the database. So this one is consists of different views, right? The master table is really just that. It's by definition, it contains everything, everything, including my wish list and the ones that I currently own, right? So it looks, if you're familiar with Excel, then this view would be easy to work on. You can technically use this screen to work on anything you need, but it can get really cluttered and easily get confused. So what I did was I separated into different views to make more sense, or to make it easier for me. So acquired pens is basically the one that I purchased but I did not get it yet, right? So this is the one we did earlier, the Esterbrook Sugar Rush. So I'm still waiting for this pen, so it's still here, right? And the owned pens are the ones that I own and I have physically. So if you remember, I have 8 pens right now that I technically own, but the ones that I have physically is just 7. So these are the pens that I have. And for the new and wish listed pens, these are the ones that are my obviously my wish list pens. So I have 6 here that are wish listed, and it comes with it looks it has the price on there just so I could, budget. This view, by the way, is called a gallery view, and as you can see, looks just like any website you go to, any pen website. So it's easier for me to see it rather than going through a list, right? I rather see the pens, especially the pens I already own. Like I don't need to do anything on it anyway, so I just want to see the pictures. So the pictures are really important, in my opinion. Um, So, yeah, so from here, the wish list is right there. Then you got your stored, meaning these are the pens that are not inked, and it's on storage. It's in storage. Then you got the currently inked. These are the pens that are currently inked right now, right? So remember, I have 8 pens, 7 that I own. So 4 of them are inked and 3 of them are stored. Um, and then there's a scheduled cleaning, right? Um, and I'll explain that later on. So let's just say, so let's go back to like new slash wish listed pens. So let's say let's say I bought the pen already, right? I bought the pen. Yeah, let's pick the Visconti because I would never buy this anytime soon. So right now, this is a wish list, right? I added to my wish list and I bought it. And let's say I bought it from uh, Truefay. Is Truefay here? Did I enter Truefay already? I did not. Okay, so let's just add Truefay there, right? And it's a Visconti already. It's already filled out. The series is the Divina. Add that again. Material is, I think this is resin. Nib size, let's just say I did fine on this one. Nib type, I think it's 18K. I can't remember. I can't remember actually. Oh, actually, it's 18 karat. Yes. So it's 18 karat gold nib filling mechanism. I think this is is it a piston? Oh, pull and turn. So it's a piston. Let's just say piston. How about that? um, image, it's already there. Acquisition date, I bought it last Monday, right? And order number, let's just put some random numbers there. And that's it. So did I receive it? Sure. Let's just receive it now. I received it Thursday, and you know what? I'm gonna ink it now too. So let's ink it. Currently ink use. I don't have any inks here with me. Oh, well, let's just do um Bond uh Rouge Grenade. Right. So it's not there. Again, I can just add it, right? Anytime you add something, it adds it to the table automatically. So the next time you search for it, it's already there, which is the best part. Ink date, I inked it today, right? And that is it. That's all I need to do. So now it's gonna fall off of my wish list pens. So as you can see, it's no longer there. It's now in my own pens right there. So that's how you easily move a wish list pen to your own pens. Um, what else? Oh, I forgot to mention that earlier. Let's do another one just so I can show you. So let's say the Diplomat Viper. So let's see. It says currently it's stored right now. Oh wait, I want own. Sorry. Let's go to wish listed. Let's do the Karen. So right now it's a wish list, right? If I expand that, you can see it's wish listed the status. Anytime I change anything here, that status will change automatically for me. And I can use that status to filter. I can use it for like charts or other tables or other reports. I can use just based on the status. So let's say this one I did acquisition date. I bought it, let's just say the 27th. And so if you notice, now it's now acquired. It's no longer wish list because I add by virtue of adding an acquisition date, it changed it to acquired. And then if I move that to, let's say I received it 11/27, let's just say December 1st. Got it, right? Uh, if I click on the ink button, right? I don't know why it says stored. Oh, right. So if I inked it, and then I currently ink, let's say writer's blood. Why not? Uh, ink date is yesterday, right? That will change to in use because now I'm using it because I inked it, so now it's in use. So now I can, if I say like show me all the pens that I'm currently using, I can just literally base it on the status, right? So it's very easy. So that's the purpose of that status. All right, so now it also dropped from here, and I also have it on my own pens. So it's not in stored because it's not stored, but I can show you that later. So if I click on currently inked, you can see the Divina is here as well as the Karen, right? And it shows you here. It shows you the ink I'm using. So I have my Writer's Blood, and this one is the Jeroboam Rouge Grenade. This also shows different dates. So this is the ink date, and this is the recommended clean date. So this is very new for this database because I always want to be reminded of when I need to clean my pens. But I can show you guys that later on. But essentially, that's what these views are all about. All right, for the next one, we're gonna do a deep dive on the cleaning part because this is the one that was really important that I add to this new database. So the currently inked, as you can see, these are my currently inked pens, and I also have the scheduled cleaning because I need to be reminded of this. So for this database, what I did was I set it to 30 days. So the recommended clean date for this, I think it's not, I'm not displaying it here. I don't know why, but the recommended date, which is going to be right here, like this is the recommended clean date, is 30 days when you first inked it. Automatically, it just calculates that. So, the scheduled cleaning is basically the one that are overdue. So this one was supposed to be cleaned maybe a couple of days ago, but I forgot. So it just gives you this is kind of like my reminder that hey, you've had this ink since November 5th. So, if you plan to clean it now, or I can also extend it for another extra 30 days, and I can show you guys that later. But for now, let's just say um, I want to clean this out, right? And I don't want to reuse it anymore. I just want to clean it out and store it. So if I click clean and store, this is the coolest one. If I click clean and store, it gives you a little warning. It basically tells you this process will clear out all ink data. It's going to wipe it out. By doing that, it disappears now here. And it's now in my stored. It's right there because now it is now stored. Right? So very, very powerful button right there. So so for me, I have to be very careful when I click that. So let's say the currently ink right now, and I see the Zodiac pen. I've had this with Cherry Blossom. I want to clean it out today, even though I still have until January 6th. Let's say I want to clean it out today, but I want to reuse it with a different ink. So instead of clean and store, I will say clean and reuse. So if I click that, right, again, gives you a little warning. It will still be there because it's currently inked, right? Technically, because you ink it with a different thing. But if you notice, let's go back here. It's gonna jump here. See the Zodiac pen? Because but because again, like from previous examples, I I have to enter if it's inked. I have to enter what ink I use. So for this one, it's empty, so that's why it went to the deficiency. So currently ink, let's just say this one, I'm just making things up here because I'll just do the KWZ in Jurassic Treasure. So right there, and then if you notice, the status became cleaned and reused. So from here I can say that this pen has been cleaned and reused. So if I store it, it will just be stored, right? Actually, these are all the different buttons, so you could actually manually click it, but I rather have it automated. Oh yeah, so I forgot about that. Yeah, so in case like if you gift a pen, you can say gifted. If you loaned it to someone, click loan. If you sold it, it's sold. But the first six are all automated. Anyway, so yeah, so that is basically it. So now when I look at the pen and my currently inked right there, now I can see the KWZ Jurassic Treasure is there. And if I look at the pen vault again, it is now back to one because it's no longer because it's there now. It's fixed essentially. Uh, so yeah, that is exactly what that those buttons are for. Um, and this is the one that I was really excited of doing for um this version because it would really help me a lot with making sure I do my upkeep with my pens because sometimes it can get really overwhelming and I have a lot of like horror stories for pens that I've inked for a long time and I completely forgot all about it. So when I opened it, it did not look pretty. Yeah. So anyway, that is really it. All right. Lastly, I want to show you the three powerful tools that I've built in Notion that would really help me a lot with my organization, with my pen organization. So this one is the archived ink pens. So what this does is, let me just clear this out. So remember earlier when I click on the clean and reuse and clean and store, before it wipes out the data on the ink and the ink date, what it does, it captures first the current values for that pen and that ink, and it saves it on this table. So it gives it like a historical data essentially. So if let's say I want to look at my sailor pen. So let's say I'm gonna do my Wicked Witch again this month, and I want to see what inks I used in the past. So I can see here that I use 453 Sailor 453 three times, and I use Diamond Rider's Blood as well as the KWZ Jurassic Treasure. So and I also can see the date, by the way, when I inked it. So it keeps like the historical data for that pen and that ink. So now I would know, maybe I like the 453. I used it three times, so I can use it again. Or if I want to try something different, I know not to use these three inks, right? So that would really help me a lot because I always forget what ink I use on each pen. Um, Hopefully in 2026 with my ink journal, I can add this. So at least I would know. But after a while, that can get really, confusing and a lot of flipping pages, and it can be a daunting task, especially if you're inking every week, you know. So this way I can just search it easily, right? So I'll probably keep both. But anyway, so that is the archived ink pens. The other one is the random 10 pens. So what this does, it basically every day it randomizes pens that are currently not inked. So let's say for the month, right? I want to just do 10 pens. I want to ink 10 new pens. Instead of me going through boxes and cases and whatever to find which ones I want to ink, this will kind of help me by just randomizing it. I don't have to follow it, but it will help me. It's just a fun way to see, like it's a fun way to kind of make sure every pen uh will be on rotation. So yeah, and I did 10 because that's the minimum that I can do the randomizing. I don't know why, but I don't have to do 10 pens. I mean, I do ink 10 pens at a time sometimes more. Uh, but yeah, at least this will help me. And so that's that. And then another cool thing with Notion, I didn't build this, but Notion, it's built within Notion, is that you can actually add a page from a different site into Notion. So to do that, let me let's say I went to Atlas, right? And um, just browsing, right? And then I see a pen that I like. So let's see what they have right now. Uh, okay, this one's cool. The Sailor Pro Gear King of Pen, the Japanese Tea Ceremony. Maybe I want to add it to my wish list, right? So I'm gonna go there just like when I'm browsing. Now I'm definitely gonna, let's just say I really want to add this to my wish list. If you notice on top, there's that little box with the N, which is it's a Notion add-on for your browser. So all I have to do is just click that, right? And then let me just move this, change this to fountain pen catalog. Oh, make sure I'm on the fountain pen catalog. Okay, fountain pen catalog. There it is. And the minute I click save page, it actually moves this whole page into uh, my database, just like that. So if I switch back to the database, you can see here now that it got added right there as a wish listed item. So if I open this, you probably seen it earlier. So it captures the name, right? Unfortunately, it does not capture the brand, the seller, everything, even the price, but that's okay because it also captures that page on the site, right? Every single image and a little bit of like a little blurb. So from here, what I do, because this is only for me, I'm not selling this to anyone or whatever, it's just for personal use. Instead of me, I could take a picture of a pen and save it as an image, but if I just want to add an image here, all I gotta do is basically do this. You know what, let's fill it out. So right now, uh this is from Atlas. I want to buy it from Atlas one day. This is Sailor. Oops. Sailor. It's already there. Series. This is King of, oh, can't type. King of Pens. King of Pen. I mean, singular. Ah, then King of Pen. I forgot to add it because I don't have it yet. So King of Pen. Material. Isn't this acrylic or is it resin? I want to say it's resin, right? Resin. Yeah. Resin. Nib size. I did medium. That's all that's available right now. Nib type, and this one is a 21K, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I thought I saw 21K. Yeah, 21 karat gold, and it is a cartridge and converter. So, cartridge converter. I should really just combine that. Then for the image. So, again, because this is only for personal use, that's why I can do this. So let's say I like this image, right? So all I gotta do is click that once, right click, copy link to original. I go here, instead of uploading an image, I embed it. So paste it, right? And then I click link. Then now it has an image. Um, yeah, that's really it. So now when I go to my wish list, you can see it's right there, right? So now I have an image. For like if I own a pen, then I would take a picture and add my own picture. But in the meantime, just so it's not blank, that's what I do. And oh, I forgot to mention, when you go to it, it also saves the URL, so you can always go back to that. So let's say you're ready to order the pen, you can just click on the URL and it just opens the. Or you can't see it, but it's on the other screen. It opens it off from your browser directly to the pen, and you can purchase it if you want. But right now, because it is still, I haven't bought it yet, it's still a wish list, but at least now I can add it easily on my wish list pens with an image. So in the future, I can, if I curious what it looks like, I know just from my database, I don't have to go to uh, the websites. The only downside of that is because you are basically linking to the atlas or the website's uh, URL image. If they delete it, or if they changed it, or if it got moved, then obviously the link will be broken, so you won't see it. So that's why when the minute I get a pen, I take a picture of it, and obviously for like Instagram or whatever, and then I add my own picture by instead of clicking embed link, I just click upload, and you just do your normal uploading. So yeah, uh I really think that is it, because again, this is not really a tutorial. I just want to really show how I organize my pens um using Notion. And I hope if you watched it this far, I hope it inspires you. Again, I'll put all the links below. Notion is free. You can make your own databases, or if you want to use my database, just message me. I can send you a copy of the template and you can use it yourself. Obviously, if you have any questions, I'm not the expert on Notion. I learned it by myself. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a lot of like really key features, but this works for me right now. As I use it more, I probably would learn more new things. But yeah, hopefully this inspired you. And if anything, just leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.